from a future standpoint, important is to understand. Anshu touched upon it to say that the channel structure itself is shifting in our country with significant investments potentially going into large hyperlocal kind of plays. The fragmented business sort of that exists across categories in our country. That is, there are players trying to organize it with trying to become, let's say, the largest wholesalers, if I might, in the country, or intermediaries of wholesale in a significant manner. But I think if I look this from a pre-pandemic lens, there were challenges with this model, right? There were challenges with hyperlocal model of building consistency, building quality, assuring supply through these multiple people, getting inventory, cataloging, etc. going. So, and even consumer comfort and retailer comfort. Some of that, I think, while the pandemic has clearly rolled people into a space of comfort with digital much more, or your space of necessity with digital much more. But let me use this opportunity to swing towards the future a little bit. And while, yes, it might be a bit of crystal ball gazing at the moment to say where it will go in 6 months or 9 months' time, as things start to open up, as vaccine comes back, as start to build back. But do we see especially from a retail standpoint, do we see people coming back to stores, or will the role of the store sort of change forever, in the sense that there is one view that I heard stay from people saying that probably only the experiential categories will need stores, the essentials will move online. So what is directionally, I mean, how do you see this, if you see this building back into the future? Is it more and more online channels, more consolidated, more build back buying that move towards, or do you think some of it will come back to offline retailing and stores, and that will continue to be end of life?
Hi, Rag. So if I may jump in, I think a crystal ball is one way, but I would really say that at this stage in time, and Ritesh mentioned he started his travel 4 weeks back. I actually started my travels end of June, so I've been on flights, and I can confirm to you, being a traveler, at least 3 to 4 flights right now every week, is that it's almost normal. I mean, normal mean, for somebody as a regular traveler, you protect yourself, you wear the gears and shields. They started serving food on the flights last 4 weeks. So, shields are out of the picture. There's no mask. People are gulping food. So the speed to normalcy is phenomenal. On the first, second, third, and fourth day of Navratras, we opened 4 stores in Jammu, Ludhiana, Ambala, and in Gurgaon. And I can confirm to you that 100 kilometers out of Delhi, you really have to think that, is there anything called COVID? So I guess when we are talking about India, the meaningfulness of what COVID does and what the impact it's creating on online world is very different. And I think we don't need to get over bogged down by that. Of course, there'll be a new reality. I'm not denying that. There'll be thrust to digital, but the physical space or the things that are moving are very, very strong. I mean, very big. So to move the entire fulcrum is a very big ask. I only want to leave this by saying that we shouldn't forget what we really stand for as a brand. And consumers are looking up to joy. They want to celebrate. And at times we are getting too bogged down by not communicating to the consumer what really are and losing that connect. And those will be serious issues for businesses, not the consumer demand itself. I think we're over contemplating the whole COVID situation. I mean, right. If you go out there, there's enough action. There's consumers are out. It's low percentages, yes, and stuff.
Yeah, if I can also weigh in on this. See, I think there are some changes which are fundamental. The realization that you need a nice home to come home to at the end of work is important. Similarly, from the employer side, the realization that the entire thing of we must have one office where everybody comes every day in the morning, goes in the evening. The role of HR being to maintain discipline and attendance, etc. I think that's the other part which has really happened. I don't think, work from home may not continue, but a more relaxed attitude towards remote working, a paradigm of outcome based appraisal rather than discipline based appraisals in organizations, and that could plan out in many different ways. Different organizations could do different things for that. A premium on being nimble, a premium, at least from a retailer's perspective, on focusing on the cash, because no retailer would want to repeat what happened at the beginning of this year, when you're sitting on entire season stock of ACs in our case, something else in apparel, the season's fashion in an apparel case. So a premium on cash, nibble, digital innovation. See, anything we have learned in this period. So if you have started a video demo service on a site, we're not going to shut it down, and there will be a market which will adopt that. But I think there is a lot more to shopping than just the product, or the price of the product, or the promotions on the product. People fundamentally like doing business with people they know. Part of that business is the engagement with the person. Like in the B2B case, we're talking about the cup of tea, not happening at the end of a discussion. I think it's an important part of the engagement. And the day we are allowed to do it, people will start wanting to do that again. So some things will change forever. Some things will go back as soon as we can. And I can already see that happening, definitely outside of Delhi, Bombay, Bangalore.